Yeah, yeah. One West. Yeah, easy. I'm sorry. Me need a break. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and a live no life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and me a shell down some party. Me stressed, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the beach dress. The body a roll a she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a pour the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we a pour kulu kulu rump on NC with Campari. That is it. Move to that girl, the body thing. What is it? You know see me attack loud the politics. Watch it twist. No one see no ratchet flick, no matic click. No negative energy, a positive. One West I keep the peace and no magic trick. We a dance till in icon. We a groove, we a vibe. And no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We a party for de-stress. We work hard in a life. Hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and I mash up the road and not live no life. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Me stressed. Me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the peach dress. The body a roll a she a the neatest. She nah no man so that a the weakness. So me the inna it here that a no real test. Nah. All right, clap it up. Hey, shalom, 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 Israel. Welcome again to another Breakdown podcast. You know what I mean? We are here tonight with our host, Captain of 13,000, Captain Nayatak out of ISQPK, North Carolina. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, shalom.
That's right. That's right. Shalom.
Yeah, man, shalom, shalom. So, like, go ahead.
No. I say, what's going on? What we have for them tonight?
Why, we have an outrageous law now, you know what I mean, taking effect here in Jamaica, sir. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Boy. Can't wait to hear this one.
Gone. So, you know what I mean? Without further ado, let me just give them the intro. This is the Breakdown podcast where we break down the strongholds holding back the children of Israel here in the Caribbean, North, Central, and South America. You know what I mean? And this, you know what I mean, story we're going to touch upon is, you know what I mean, as a result of one of these strongholds. You know what I mean? Your politics. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
This is one of the reasons why voting will never help our people because, and Salakia, sir, this is what some of the people them online are saying. You know? And
what's that?
Especially the ones who would have voted for the other party, the one that lose. They would have said, this is what we want to vote for. You know what I mean? Not knowing that it will be the same thing with either of the both parties. You understand?
That's right. Because the both parties work for
the oppressor.
Yes, the British Empire.
Can one can.
Yes. You know what I mean? Both of them. Both of them under the British Empire. So they
Right.
work for the British Empire. That's why you have a government for what? For over 50, 60 years, and Jamaica getting worse every year. The same thing in all them Caribbean country. Like you think, yeah, I mean, you think now you're free from slavery. Now you have
Right.
your own country, but yet people seeing hard times.
Right.
Like, what the hell is that? Then what the hell you have a government for? What's the government doing? You understand what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I mean? Take, you know what I mean, yeah, Jamaica for example. Like we're farmers. You
Right.
have a ton of land. A ton of land, lots of land. Yeah. Where's your farmers?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And the government, they have no incentive for you to be a farmer, no incentive whatsoever for farmers to rear cattle, to get milk, for meat.
Slovakia. You know what I mean? So yeah, Cap will come back in a few. But like what Kappa said, you know what I mean? We are the incentives for the farmers. You know what I mean? We are the incentives for other things, other areas. Yet still they're quick to implement laws that is outrageous laws. You know what I mean? Laws that don't make no sense to you, but because you don't have no power to do anything about it, you have to just sit back and accept it. You understand? And expect that the next election you're gonna vote for the next party and them are gonna bring a change. See? When in fact, when you're voting the next party, what happened? Same are more of the same. You understand? More of the same thing. So now is the time for us to wake up and know, say, look, voting does not help our people. Where the JLP slogan go, choose Jamaica. Well, this is where you choose for Jamaica when you vote. You understand? This is where you choose for Jamaica. So we are waiting for Cap for come back in. You know what I mean? He might have some audio problems. See, what we are going to do now is we are going to just jump to the story itself. We are going to play this tape. You know what I mean? This is an attorney at law, a sister who is basically trying to make sense. She's in that field of work, that line of work, see? And she herself can't come to terms with, you know what I mean, this law itself. This law is just a crazy law that don't make no sense to nobody. See? We're going to break it down, you know what I mean? Without further ado, remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe.
It treats imitation guns in the same way it does real firearms, carrying penalties of up to 15 years in prison. Joining us this morning to unpack this controversial topic is attorney at law Kimberly Whitaker. Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm great. Thanks.
The same sentence, even if you know what the fake gun was used for. In other words, she has a play. She didn't get permission to use a fake gun,
Yes.
but it was used in the play, and everybody knows in the play it was used. So if they came in and she would, I don't know if they would get her 15 years, but that would set her up for a sentence like that.
So based on the new law, there is a defense that if you have the imitation firearm for lawful purpose, then that would constitute offense. But unfortunately for you, madam, you'd have to be charged by the police. You wouldn't be granted bail. You would have to appear before a judge who considers the facts at that point, because they have judicial discretion to consider the facts in relation to bail. And then at that point, you'd be given a mention date or a case management hearing date, and you'd appear before the court on different occasions until the file is ready.
Pause it then. I understand the oppression. Jeez, that is oppression. Yeah, I mean, like it's several, I mean, things are taking place there. Meaning, it's almost as if the government, they're trying to, I mean, get money from their own people. Meaning, now you're going before a judge, which means that judge had to get paid. The people in court had to get paid. You understand? They need to go get a lawyer. You know what I mean? If you don't have money for a lawyer, now the state got to get a lawyer. Right. But at the end of the day, this is about money. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you want your sentence to reduce, you want your sentence to go down, because remember she's saying there's no bail. Apparently there's no bail for this. So you going in jail, and you're gonna wait until your hearing come. Once your hearing come, there's another set of money too. So they're for sure, you know what I mean, trying to, you know what I mean, oppress or extort the citizens of, you know what I mean, of Jamaica.
Gun.
You know what I mean? Like I would want a gun. No, this happens with no water gun. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna commit no robbery with a water gun.
Right.
No, that is not happening. Nobody going in there with no water gun. Yeah, so you tell me I paint that water gun black, you gonna take that for a gun? that ain't. You ain't getting past me with that. You guys want to say something?
Yeah, can. And to add to what you say, sir, you know what I mean? They might try extort the citizens, but it's not all citizens they might try extort. They might try extort the children of Israel. Because
that's right.
Here we have a brother, he's in a store where these guns are on the shelves. You know what I mean? And if him walk outside and a police catch him with one of these guns, he's liable for serve 15 years in prison. But
yeah,
these guns are on the shelf. So what about the people them who own the stores, like the Chinese them and them? See?
Yeah.
Oh, them not raid the store. Oh, we're not seeing a Chinese I get job before the court to spend 15 years in a prison. Go ahead.
No, what you're saying, that should go backfire on them. I can tell you that. That should go enrage the people on the island to the point where, you know what I mean, like your motto. What's your motto?
Out of many one people.
You understand? Remember we did a show a time, and the brother had to tell her that wasn't talking about her people, and she was like, "How that then talking about my people?" Well, no, this is proof. It ain't talking about your people, because they're not being treated the same.
Right.
They're not being treated the same. You understand? Or else that store will have to close down and an investigation will have to proceed. Somebody will have to go in jail and sit in jail until the judge give them a hearing date. You understand? But that is not taking place. Why? Because lo and behold, it seems as if the Asians, they have their own world in Jamaica. Their world is totally separate from Jamaicans.
Right.
You understand? And now, you know what I mean, now I hope, you know what I mean, people, you know what I mean, open their eyes to see it. You understand? To the point where when we come to them and tell you, when we go to them and tell them the laws in the Bible is only for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? They can't say, well, nah, that ain't the case. Nah, you know what I mean? The laws is for everybody. No. Clearly, we're seeing these laws are not for everybody. You understand?
Right.
These laws is made to oppress the black Jamaicans on the island. You understand?
And if I may, you know
Come
what I
on.
mean? This show that you have two Jamaicas. See?
Yeah.
One for the oppressor and the heathens, and one for the children of Israel, the descendants of the slaves. See?
Yeah.
So, no, this law don't, like what Sir said, these law don't apply to the Chinese, you know, but it
Yeah.
applies to you. You know what I mean? When was the last time you see a Chinese man in jail? Do Chinese commit crime? Yeah, them commit crime. You
Yep.
understand? Them commit crime just like you. This proves that them commit crime because these guns are illegal. These guns, they are not supposed to pass the port. You see?
Yeah.
At the wharves, when these water guns, the same water gun where you see on the screen, see? I come through the wharf, them run the forklift over them, mash them up right in front of whoever clear the barrel. Because
Damn.
these guns are not supposed to be in the country. See, no type of gun whatsoever, right? But yet still the Chinese have them on them shelves. So you tell me, say, police don't go into these Chinese establishments and shop. Them don't know that them up on the shelf. Them know say them up on the shelf.
Yeah.
But guess what? This law of 15 years in prison for counterfeit gun only apply for you. It should get you locked up in a prison, not the Chinese. The Chinese
Yeah.
are free people here in Jamaica. You, on the
Yeah.
other hand, you are still a slave. And that's the quicker you know that, and the quicker you know what I mean, you just accept that fact, is the quicker now you can get real freedom. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And now you need to find the people them who are, you know what I mean, who are advocate for your freedom, and that is the ISUP and the commanding general, your honor. We are here, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Slack you.
Nah, you're right. You know what I mean? And while he was saying those things, two things come to my mind. One, remember we brought out a story with the Chinese and them where there was making, I think, counterfeit, or there was
the curry.
they was doing something with the curry. What was doing with the curry?
There was this popular brand of curry that they were counterfeiting. And them slack, yes, sir. Them do that with a lot more other things. Them do that with rum. Them do that with, you know what I mean? Everything you can think of. The soda, the soft drinks, everything.
Yeah.
See? Cigarette, everything. You have a market here in Jamaica with counterfeit cigarettes that the Chinese control. You understand? Slack.
Yeah. And the story you brought out too, when you all had when you was going to school and you all had like a certain haircut rule, and then white boys was allowed to come with a hair, long. But you all couldn't come in with them braids and
right,
and them fro, which
right.
then was showing you that as I said, there's two Jamaica. One Jamaica, for the black man, and another Jamaica for the oppressors. You understand? Like that is oppression, in itself right there. Now I see why them rastas and thing was crying out and talking about Babylon. Babylon this, Babylon that. Because if it's one thing is the other thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And right now it's water gone. I'm waiting to see a video which you all show me them the Europeans and them on the island playing with water gun and nothing being done.
So like yes,
come on.
That might just come out soon.
That's what I'm saying.
Some tourist resort or something.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see it. And then he got an answer. Then they got to go make some revisions to it. Because that in itself ain't doing nothing. Give me Lamentations.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. And it says, they hunt our steps
And you know what I mean, and this, you know what I mean, these are your oppressors on them.
Right.
But when you're following after the oppressor, you tend to do the same thing the oppressor do to your own people.
Right.
You understand? Your own government hunting your step. You know what I mean? Read on.
That we cannot go in our streets.
You can't go in the street to run.
Yeah.
A water gun. You can't go in your own streets. But the Chinese could go in your streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? The white man, the Europeans and them, they could walk in your streets. You understand? Read on.
Our end is near.
Our end is what?
Near.
You gain a child 15 years, a young man 15 years for a damn water gun. You're going to destroy his whole life for a water gun. You're going to take people money and try to bankrupt them for a water gun. Nah, Jamaica, you all have criminals in the parliament if that's the case. You cannot tell me you're doing that for a water gun. Your own people. You ain't telling me you're gonna bring them in and get them a warning, or you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, let them know they could, you know what I mean, if they have the water gun, keep it at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or keep it in a bag.
Confiscate it and
Yeah,
say,
man.
don't bring this out in the public. You know what I mean? Because people are robbing with these. So, you know what I mean? Take it from them, destroy it, send them upon them way. You know what I mean? You have a lock up a man. Slack, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead.
Look, quick and fast. You have to lock up a man 15 years. You have to put him behind bars. And, you know what I mean? Him can't get bail until him is charged or whatever. You know what I mean? So you have a disadvantage, you know what I mean, a brother because him have a water gun. That don't make no sense. You understand? So like
Yeah. Hello?
Come I hear you now, Cap.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It almost seems as if the government is working against the people.
Can.
Like that's the only thing I could see.
Can.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I could see, man. Because tell me that you have the stats on the crime.
Cancer. So the major reason for incarceration you attack, right?
Yeah.
So it said drug offenses is the number one reason for incarceration in Jamaica.
No, hold on. You tell me number one reason is drug offenses. Number one. And how much and tell me how much years again for drug offenses.
All right.
Give me one. Give me one of them.
All right. So for cocaine, you get you either get a fine, of $500,000 or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years. So you don't get more than 5 years. See?
Oh man.
You get caught with cocaine.
And they ain't going to the kilos or nothing like that, right? That's just some personal shit on him, like in a bag or something. Which is now onto like the water gun. You understand?
Right.
So you telling me a man could snort cocaine and pay 500,000 in fine, go to jail for 5 years, but a water gun paying him 15 years behind bar? Behind bar.
Right.
If he found guilty.
Right.
You know what I mean? And who knows if they're trying to make you do a plea deal so you can lessen your charge, but at the same time too, that should not even be the case, sir.
Right.
I mean, your number one crime in the country is drugs. Right. And you're not putting laws in place to stop it. but you're going to stop people with water gun. But go on, let me hear the next one.
The next one is violent crimes, including murder, robbery, aggravated assault, you know what I mean, and gang activity.
So and how much of them, how much of those crimes is done by water gun? I'll show you how to break down on that. Yeah, they're gonna have a breakdown of that. So you telling me you know what I mean, like your government passing these things and they can't give you the data on how many of these things are done with water gun. So the public could be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe really not supposed to be having these water guns because people committing murders with water gun and these violent, you know what I mean, assault with these water guns. Nothing. Read on.
In third place, you have firearm offenses. The illegal use and possession of firearm as major factors in violent crime.
And how much of them is water gun again?
So like you, sir, if I may.
Yeah.
There's not too much violence you can do with a water gun, you know. You can't murder with it. You understand?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm being sarcastic. You know what I mean? I'm being sarcastic with it because that's where you had to go with it, you know, with these politicians.
Right.
It's almost like they you know what I mean, like either it's almost like they're scared of the real what you all call bad man.
Yeah,
the real criminals who breaks the law constantly.
Right.
And have guns. The real guns. You understand what I'm saying? And now they're coming against, you know what I mean, the so-called law-abiding citizens and now trying to oppress them.
Right. Which is, so you know what I mean? Slack, sir, that just remind me of ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? Like Egypt again. You know what I mean? Where them just oppress you because you seem like you're too idle. A fear I did say. You know what I mean? We're too idle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't give them no more straw to make them bricks. Make them go look them own straw. And you know what I mean? Add to a burden now. So now you can't play with a water gun. You understand?
Yeah.
You can't play, you as a little juvenile now, you and your friend can't, you know what I mean? Play a little gunman and thief and you know what I mean? Play around with water gun. Now somebody have to get charged. You understand? So like,
yeah, because you go pull some studies and tell me, well, studies show that young men who play with water gun will grow up to get real guns,
right,
and go and shoot up the place. That's what you're gonna tell me?
It's like if I made them now ban the video games, the free fire and all them video games where you literally are unalive people in them games. Them now ban the same the movies them where come from America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where more graphic, you see more graphic in them than you would have normally seen in your lifetime. You know, one movie. See? Them now ban them, which proves who them are trying. Slack, go ahead, sir.
No. You finish.
Quick and fast. Which prove who them are try oppress, who them are take set pan. You understand? Slack.
Yeah. And let me put it back in the arena. The music.
Right.
They sing about tons of guns in the music.
Can.
So what are you gonna do? They ain't singing about water gun. They ain't singing about, remember the time I had my water gun and, you know what I mean, my water gun spit this. They ain't talking about that. They talk about real guns.
Can.
You know what I mean? That just show you, you know what I mean, whoever created this law, you know what I mean, they need to be investigated. You know what I mean? They really need to be investigated. If you know what I mean, if the majority of the Jamaican parliament, you know what I mean, had to, you know what I mean, put this through, that whole parliament had to be investigated.
Right.
Because what you're doing to stop the real crime? What you're doing to stop the real crime? Are there more boats? so the Coast Guard could do their job? Do the Coast Guard have the equipment necessary to stop drugs from coming on the island? You understand?
Okay.
Are the custom agents and them, do they have the equipment necessary to stop all the firearm and drugs that coming in on your borders? That's what you should be talking about. You should be talking about no damn water gun. Man, when I hear that, I thought they were playing. I did not know this joint was so serious.
Yeah, but I have to look again to make sure say, you know what I mean, that's something serious, but it's serious.
No, what I'm saying is it's serious because it's on the news.
God.
They bring a lawyer to explain the joint.
And she don't understand it. To she has said this is outrageous. I mean, at this she spend her money for go to law school for to come defend against. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That would have come like she waste her money becoming a lawyer, because what is the point now? You have to defend against water gun.
Because you're right. Because okay, not everybody on the island have money like Vibes Cartel.
Right, can't.
The only reason Vibes Cartel come out of jail is because he had money to pay for the best lawyer. Not everybody had that type of money. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So now you get caught for the water gun. You can't now say, well, you know what? I ain't sitting in jail for 15 years. I'm going to appeal this. And you know for sure if you go to England, if you go to the Supreme Court in England, they're going to be like, yo, we in here for what? A water gun? Ha ha ha. You know what I mean? And toss that joint out. They could do whatever they want. You understand what I'm saying? They're going to laugh at that trash. Right. Because that is outrageous. It's totally outrageous.
And Silakia, sir, can you imagine, you know what I mean, you sitting in a jail cell with hardened criminals, with the real crime. And the reason why you are there is because some police decide to lock you up for your water gun. You know what I mean?
Boy, huh?
You lock you.
Yeah, they're trying to turn people into animals.
Can. A man like that, where am I gonna come out and do now? Cause I'm gonna go in there as a regular, you know what I mean, brother, and I'm gonna come out as, you know what I mean, a heartless human being, because first it gonna break him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gonna break him. I'm gonna go amongst real criminals, and where am I gonna become? Him now gonna get rehabilitated, because Jamaican prison and jail don't rehabilitate. Him gonna become like a criminal now. Might as well be now, because he get locked up for something where shouldn't be a crime. You understand? So how much faith a brother like that have in a system? Him gonna feel like the system is a joke. You understand? Him now gonna respect it.
Yes.
And him gonna come out and him gonna do as he wish. Silak, go ahead.
No, and you're so correct, because what you're saying is hitting it on the head too. Like now the government will really look like a joke, like a flicking joker.
Right.
Like you telling me this Jamaican government, like the people on the island will think you have them, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Right. That is really shaky. That ain't the best interest at heart at all. That is you know what I mean, trying to oppress poor people, man. So you tell me, you know what I mean, I just say you can't have fun with water gun, man. So what's funny how, you know what I mean, is, come on.
So like, to add to your point, that kind of seems like you're out to get with. You know what I mean? That kind of seems like, well on, we are your enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like you're out to get with, we are your enemy. So, you know what I mean? But you know what this would have it should force us to do now as black people here in Jamaica, as the children of Israel. This should force us to now unite and realize that you see this system, like what Kappa said, it don't serve we, it's against us. So we
Yeah.
now as a people have to come together. You understand? We have to come together, you know what I mean? Like what the Bible says, you know what I mean? As the children of Israel and serve our God again. Other than that, guess what? More of these ridiculous laws are gonna come out and they're gonna squeeze and squeeze and squeeze until them can't squeeze you no more. You understand? So now is the
Yep.
time for us to wake up. You understand? Slack, yeah.
No, what you're saying is correct. Like that is the part they're on. The
Gonna
part
want
they're
to-
on is to, you know what I mean, oppress.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the part they're on. Go to Deuteronomy.
Gonna want can. This
I
is the
mean,
book of
to show you, yeah, I mean, the curses, you
gonna want
understand,
can.
the punishment that the Lord put on us because we don't want to obey Him. And we're going to have to obey the Lord.
Right.
You understand? Just like you're going to have to obey the laws in Jamaica. You're going to have to, you know what I mean, really double down on the Lord and obey His laws.
Gonna want
You
can.
understand?
Gonna
So
want
that
can.
the oppressive government will have no choice, you know what I mean, but to realize whatever they're doing, they gotta go find money some other way. You know what I
Right.
mean? Instead of trying to squeeze it out of the people. Because it's like they're trying to squeeze out every cent from.
Cap, your sound gone out here. So Cap sound gone out. Him so forward back in. Everybody watching, remember to like, subscribe, share, follow, tap up the screen depending on the platform you're watching. And we are discussed this atrocious law that was passed. You know what I mean? That you can get 15 years in prison for a counterfeit weapon, including guns like these where you see on the screen, like on TikTok. See? Them water gun. You see me? Now, Cap did stuff to read Deuteronomy 28 and 16. We're going to read it now. See? Curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field. So this was when Moses was, you know what I mean, came back from the Most High with statutes, you know, with a covenant for us. And the deal was if we kept the Most High laws, we would be blessed. But if we did not keep the Most High laws, we'd be cursed. And it said we'd be cursed in the city and the field. So because we turn our backs on the Most High, now we have our enemies implementing laws that cause us to be cursed. This is a curse. Saying you being arrested for a water gun and being put behind bars for a water gun is a curse. That's certainly not a blessing. But we jump down to verse 19. It says, curse shall be, Salakia, curse shalt thou be when thou comest in, and curse shalt thou be when thou goest out. You know what I mean? So when you go up on the road, you have a curse. Police pull you over, catch you with a water gun, or catch you with, you know what I mean, something with them deem illegal. And now you have to sleep in a jail for that. You understand? By now, you might not, because, you know what I mean, Jamaica is we're so distracted here in Jamaica, you might not think you're being oppressed. But trust me, Jamaica is oppression. You understand? From your low wages, you not being able to pay your bills, rent, get by each day. That's a curse and oppression. You understand? We might become so used to it, it start feel normal, you know what I mean, until, you know what I mean, the oppressor implements something else, and then we ball about it till we get used to it. And I guess them do it because them realize, say, no matter what them do to we just eventually get over it. But this is not normal. This is oppression. You understand? And it won't stop until we come back to our God. We are the children of Israel. You understand? Let me see if Cap there, but Cap, you ready?
Yeah.
Cap,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
go
man.
ahead. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You want to read it again?
No. If you did it, you know what I mean, that, you know what I mean, that's good. To show us, you know what I mean, to show us, you know what I mean, the curse in the Bible.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the only way we're gonna get around that, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, to not be cursed, to not be punished by the Lord, we're gonna have to do what He's saying. And the Lord is going to remove that evil government. We have a righteous government. You understand already? The former commander General Yohana,
That's
who's
right.
over this nation. You understand? The Lord already setting up his government to get rid of those government that's oppressing their own people.
Right.
I mean, in the UPK, ICPK, we don't oppress our own people. We don't.
Right.
You understand?
Come on,
Unlike
come.
your Jamaican government, who oppressing their own people.
Mhm.
You understand? Because they work. They ain't working for you.
Right.
You understand? Politics is not your way of life. Politics is the British way of life. It's the white man's way of life. That's why you look at all these European countries. What's their form of government? It's politics, democracy.
Right.
Some of them might be communists.
Gone.
You understand?
Come on, come.
None of them is your way of life. The Bible is not based on communism. It's not based on democracy or capitalism. It's
Right.
not. You understand? You have a king in the name of Christ, and now you follow the man who leading you instead of Christ until Christ return. And that's Commander General Hannah, who's going
That's
to
right.
teach you, how to serve the Lord the right way. But your government, you wait in the government to serve you. You'll be waiting on, forever, basically. You understand?
And Slack, sir,
Come
if I
on.
may. You know what I mean? It also came out this week as well that Britain owned all of Jamaica beaches, like the shoreline. You know what I mean? And they
Oh
make
yeah,
sure can. They make
not
sure,
just Salakia, not just Britain. I think is the King of England.
yeah, can. Them call it Crown Land. See?
Yeah.
So the coastline is Crown Land, meaning them own the beaches, them own the coast, them own the ports, them own all of these lands. See? Which basically that's Jamaica.
Yes.
Like, you know, that's all the
Yes.
land surrounding Jamaica. Let them own Jamaica. See? So
Yes.
just
Yes.
know when you see laws like these being implemented, just know who they are being implemented on behalf of. It's who really own us over here in
Yes.
Jamaica. You understand? Is Andrew Holness can
Yeah.
work off of him own a car. They might do a little thing, steal a little dollar here or there. You know what I mean? But when it comes to laws, just know where it's coming from. It's coming from who really own Jamaica. That's Britain. That's King Charles and them. See? And that's why the
Yeah.
Bible call him the devil. See? And this is Revelation 2:10, and it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you in prison. And you need to ask yourself, who will cast you in prison
Yeah.
today? You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
industrial prison complex in the United States. You know what I mean? Private prison, where black men and Hispanic men make up what 80% of the prison population or more. See?
That's right.
Who will put them in a jail? Who will put them in a prison? It's the devil. The Bible call him the devil, and we know who the devil is. That's the white man. You know what I mean? The devil is not a man, you know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? Some man with hand in him head and him under the earth and him torture you when you're dead and you come under the ground and you're burning in hell forever. No, that's not the devil. The devil are the white man, the white man. That's who the Bible call the devil. And it said, the devil shall
That's
cast
it.
some of you in prison. And who cast you in
That's it.
prison? The oppressor. That's the devil the Bible speak
That's
of.
it.
You understand? Slack, yes,
That's
sir.
right. Now you're right. You know what I mean? And devil meaning deceiver. You understand? Like he deceived you into thinking that your land at Jamaica is your island. It's not your island.
God,
You understand? Like as you're saying, like lo and behold, all of a sudden, and what? When did they find out that Jamaica have oil reserves?
I think a couple years back, probably more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, you know why they didn't go drilling for it as yet? Because lo and behold, who knows the type of, who own the oil? If you own the shores, then who you think own the oil? You understand? And now it's a matter of paperwork and who gonna pay what and who gonna get what.
Right.
You understand? You're gonna have oil, but yet still you all won't get the oil money. You understand? Like we're gonna have to wake up and recognize that, your government is not working for you.
Right.
Give me John 8 and 44. John 8 and 44. And where we going to in John 8 and 44, these one of the high priests. You understand? I think this was Caiaphas, a high priest, a Jew from the tribe of Judah. And he was speaking this about Christ. You understand? Read on.
This is the book of John, chapter 8 and verse 44. And it says, ye are of your fathers, the devil.
No, Salaki, this is Christ speaking about Caiaphas and them. Speaking to Caiaphas and them. You understand? Who was a Judite. Just like Christ. Christ was a Judite. And Christ is calling the Judite high priest a what?
The devil.
The devil. Because he behaving just like white man. Because lo and behold, Christ, who the claim was all love, hugs and kisses, right? Christ loved everybody. Christ loved everybody. Why did they kill him in the most brutal way?
Right.
It's almost like, they had nothing on Christ. Like you having a water gun, that is nothing on you.
Right.
There's nothing on you. But they want to throw you in a dungeon and throw the keys away for 15 years. You understand? They want to treat you brutal, like you're poor. The Bible says what? I know your what is it in Revelation? Revelation 2 and I think 2 and 9.
Sir.
Right? I know thy works. I know the tribulation. Brother, that is tribulation.
Right.
That is tribulation. You understand?
Right here, sir.
Go ahead, read it.
This is Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9, and it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Cap, no, we're not getting a sound from you, Cap. All right, Cap has sort out the sounds. Remember, tap up the screen, like, share, follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're back, Cap. Yeah, man.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, can, sir. Go ahead. All right, Cap, you're gone again. Cap.
You hear me now?
Yeah, can. All right, Cap has sort out the sound. Yeah, can. We are here now, Cap. But it seems like you go in and out.
Yeah.
You're good at
yeah. Go ahead. Passing trap, bad pass.
Yeah.
Saying, I know that it works and I know how hard it is. Black people have it, man.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, the white man done, put your dollars in the trash. You understand? And now your government coming behind to deal you a blow like this. That's crazy. Right. That's totally crazy. You understand? The Lord gonna deal with these people. You know what I mean? These people who treating, his people like that, he's gonna deal with them. And that's why Christ said what he said, ye of your father the what?
The devil.
Read on.
Can. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
And
And
you see what he's saying? And poverty. He ain't even that out. Poverty.
Can.
You understand? Like you're down. Instead of your government, try to come together to try and get you out. They hold you in. Nah, they're gonna stomp on you, you know what I mean, until, you know what I mean, there ain't no more stomping to do.
Right.
Right, read on.
Can. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So now we're going into what? The fact that what? The man who calls himself a Jew is not. You the Jew.
Right.
You are the Jew. You are God's chosen people. You the Israelite.
Cap, your sound gone
It's
out
not.
again, yeah? Can you break up for
You
about
hearing me
5?
now?
Yeah, can. Yeah, went
Right?
down for about 5 seconds. Can.
Okay. Exactly. Like you are the Israelites in the Bible.
Right.
There ain't no, you know what I mean, ain't no wonder why you're in so much oppression. You understand? You're in oppression because, you know what I mean, of the so-called white man.
Right.
You understand? Right?
So like, yes, sir, if I may,
Come on.
somebody, you know what I mean, in the chat, you know what I mean, say we are from the tribe of Yehuda or Yehuda,
Uh-huh.
Yehuda, and
Mhm.
we are Yehudi, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and no J in the Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah. He said no J in the Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah, can.
Oh, so he trying to teach. Ain't no problem. Go get a platform. You know what I mean?
Can.
You're talking Yiddish. That ain't Hebrew. That's not the ancient Hebrew. And it's not Yahudi, it's Yahawada. If you want to talk the Hebrew for you. You
Can.
understand? It's
And,
Yahawada.
and,
And
the,
go ahead.
and the strange thing, his name is in the ancient Hebrew, you know. So his name is in the ancient Hebrew, where there is no E and there is no U in the ancient Hebrew, but yet still we are the tribe of Yehuda. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
brother, get in class, brother. Get in
Yeah.
class. You know what I mean? We know we have a zeal out there for the truth, but we don't need to find the ISUPK. Here is where it started. You know what I mean? Don't make some bastard out there, you know what I mean, corrupt the truth and mislead, you know. See, get inside these classes. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, you're gonna learn the right Hebrew, the correct way to say Judah.
right.
You understand?
Got on, got.
Yeah. All right. Well, what game we was holding there for them? No, finish that
Um,
one. Finish that one off. That John.
yeah, kind of one cancer. It said, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the
Mm-hmm.
synagogue of Satan.
With the synagogue of Satan, which then you know, yeah, I mean that what they are, what the devil, the Bible speaks of. They
Right,
work for Satan. You
right.
understand? No, go back to John. Go back to John.
Kind of can. John chapter 8 and 44. Ye
Mm-hmm.
are of your father, the devil,
Mm-hmm.
and the lust of your father ye will do.
You understand? And your
Kind of
government
can.
is doing the lust of the so-called oppressor, the
Right.
lust of the British Empire, which is to oppress you. You think Britain was ever going to give you up? Britain not giving you up.
Kind of can.
They're not giving you up. They're not. And that government is there to oppress you because Britain put them in power to oppress you, the
That's
people,
right.
so that you will never rise.
Right.
Lo and behold, they think we're going to rise up with guns to go free ourselves. No. Moses didn't have to rise up with no, you know what I mean, with no sword and buckler. You understand? He didn't have to do that. The Lord walked them out of Egypt and destroy Pharaoh's army. So you think you could oppress us, you know what I mean, like this in this way, and black people not be free? No, we don't need to do that, man. The Lord
Right.
wants us to obey him, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. And he's going to send Christ back here to get real justice, justice that black people been longing for. You understand? Justice against governments that are oppressing his people, trying to, you know what I mean, keep them, you know what I mean, all the way down in the name, you know what I mean, of the British Empire. Read on.
Khan. He was a murderer from the beginning.
You was a what?
A murderer from the beginning.
Now you understand why the so-called British Empire, all these European empires, why you think the European man, they don't have any pigmentation because they have the mark of Cain.
Right.
Ain't nobody commit, you know what I mean, the atrocities and the amount of crimes like the Europeans. You understand? You have some of these Europeans hiding behind our nationality. When the Europeans, go check the name, they have Eastern European names. You understand? You know, they don't talk the ancient Hebrew. You understand? They went and create a language and create a religion. The Europeans. That's why what they're doing right now in the Middle East right there, it has the DNA of a European. They're the ones that do that to people. You understand? And the Lord trying to tell you, when your government, when your own, Christ trying to tell you, when your own people trying to oppress you, they are doing the bidding of their father, the devil, the so-called oppressor. You know what I mean? Christ said it. You know what I mean? We just gotta, you know what I mean, wake up and recognize that the government is not there to help us. It's not. You know what I mean? No matter what. You know what I mean? Or else they'll come and tell you the truth. They'll let you know who they're working for and what's going on. Why it is you have no farmers in your country that have ton of land, fertile soil. Jamaica, we have some of the most fertile soil in the Caribbean, but it's not being put to use. Why? Because you're being oppressed. You understand? You're being oppressed. All right, and any more?
Yeah, kind of one cancer.
Go ahead.
And abode not in the truth.
And you abode not in the truth. Meaning your government, what do they read out of? Do they take counsel from the Lord? Meaning, do they open the Bible and see how they should treat the people? The schools and them, and the schools and them have something to do every morning. What they call it? Prayer and worship.
Yeah, devotion.
Devotion. You all do devotion every morning in your schools. So which means, you know what I mean, majority of the island, I mean, read the Bible. But yet and still, you have to go make what? You have to go make your own constitution, which means what? The oppressor try to do what? Stay away from the Bible. So now Jamaica your laws is based on who? The British Empire. The Bible had laws on sodomy already.
Right.
But you have to go take the oppressor law to now apply to your people. So now you telling me that the Bible, which is for black people, had to take second to your constitution. So who you really working for? You ain't working for the Lord. Because you're working for the Lord. The Bible will be a constitution.
Right.
You understand?
God.
The Bible is against voting, but your system is created on voting. So who are you working for? Who created voting? Who created this politics, the democracy that you're following after? Because the Bible is against all of that. You understand? It's against it. Come on.
If I may, sir, it's like the oppressor put us in this loop. You know what I mean? This maze where, you know what I mean, you vote for one party because you think them are going to solve your problems. Them don't do it, you vote for the next one. See? And then when them fail you, now you have to vote in about the next one. You're back at square one. You understand? And then the cycle continues. You're in this loop, this never-ending loop that will never end, and your life will never get any better. You know what I mean? Once you vote, you already fall for the trap. You understand?
Yes. Ask. I would like to say, just do something quick. Just ask AI or ask Google, what does hope do for poor people?
What does what? Slakia?
What does hope do for poor? Yeah. Do for poor people, because that's all voting does. Voting give you hope. You hoping that one day the government will do this, that, the other. You hope that whatever they're telling you they're going to do, you hoping that they actually do it.
All right. This says, hope provide poor people with the psychological resilience to overcome adversity and to practically and the practical tools for economic and personal growth. That's what I say.
Yeah. So which means it's just what? It's in your mind. It's psychological.
Yeah, the mind.
It's psychological.
Yeah.
So when somebody tell you, well, we're going to do this. Remember, I hope they didn't forget, and Wholeness tell you all that he was going to raise the what?
The minimum wage.
He was going to raise the minimum wage. He was going to make sure that everybody had that minimum wage above.
A livable wage, in call it.
Yes. He said it.
Which means you know this wage right now is not livable.
Yes. But he gave you hope. And he know that poor people will do what? Will go on that hope.
Believe him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You understand? That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? And now ask AI, will hope bring you out of oppression? Can hope bring you out of oppression? Take you out of oppression? You understand? Which letting you know that, as you say, this is just a loop. And the loop is, you know what I mean, the words that's standing out is hope. You know what I mean? That year Barack Obama won, he went on the fact, hope and change. Let's hope for this. Let's hope for that. You know what I mean? And if I do get in, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that.
God.
And I never will. Come on.
in most cases, I think AI is just an echo of the oppressors, you know what I mean, propaganda.
Yes. And go ahead.
Because this hope can be a powerful force for overcoming oppression by providing the motivation to resist, endure, and fight for change, even when it seems impossible. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And
So,
I bet if you type in, so did America separate from did America use hope to separate from England?
kind
But
of understand.
you could do that. They could, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters could do that and play around with the AI. And as they say,
Right.
you just have to find the right question to ask here.
Kind of
And
understand.
you're going to see what you're going to see. Hope gets you nowhere
Kind of understand.
in a wicked world. You understand?
Kind of
You
understand.
understand? Hope gets you nowhere. You understand? I mean, faith. The Bible says what? Faith without work is dead.
Right.
You understand? There needs to be an action. You just sitting around hoping, there's no action. There's no change. You going based on a wicked man's word. You hoping that he telling you the truth. There's no change to your
Right.
life.
Kind of understand.
Now, long Jamaicans hoping that one day they'll come out of this poverty. Brother, you know what I mean? Like it's, you know what I mean? That these politicians are telling you, you know what I mean? They better pray that Christ never return. They better go to church and pray that Christ never return. You know what I mean? Because if Christ return, they will have to answer for the way they treat black people.
Kind of
You
understand.
know what I mean? They're going to have to answer for it. You understand? Give me that precept in Proverbs. Though hand join in hand.
Kind of understand. Khan. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and 21. And it says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
You understand? Like you could join with your president. You could join with the British Empire. You could deal with their government. Follow, you know what I mean, after their government. Take lead after their government. But what the Lord saying?
Khan. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Yeah, though you join hand in hand with the British Empire, the Bible says the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Right.
You understand? You ain't gonna go unpunished. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You have anything else to bring up? Because I know we had our last one we holding yesterday. I mean, let people know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get them some, you know what I mean? Get them some real hope. You know what I mean? So that they do understand. You know what I mean? Laws, you follow the laws. Follow the laws. Show Andrew Holiness on them that this law is not going to stop the problem, the real problem in Jamaica. The
Right.
real problem in Jamaica is you have men who are ill-equipped to deal with a society of brothers and sisters. Ill-equipped. You know what I mean? All the education they have, they don't have the education of this Bible. It means nothing when you're dealing with God chosen people.
Right.
You cannot give them a solution. What solution you can give them? You can't. You understand? Marcus Garvey tried it. You understand? What's your give me some more your icons. I forget
Yeah,
here. Paul Bogle.
Paul Bogle, you have Sam Sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all of them tried. All of them
Yeah.
tried to free her from the empire. All of them tried to free her from the empire. But they failed. Why they failed? Because they didn't want to do the way the Lord said to do it.
Right.
Every one of them tried it their way. Every last one of them tried it their way. Marcus Garvey was to take you back to Africa, when Africa wasn't your home. You understand? Africa was your prison.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right, read on.
So, okay, which precept? Go back to John.
No. No, give me the one where we talk about in Isaiah 1, I think, where it say the ox know it is owner. And after that one, go to the one in Romans. I think it's 13. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now, the things that being brought out here, your pastor, he ain't gonna bring this thing out. You're going to church on Sunday, and guess what? He gonna fully head up with hope. You know what I mean? That hope that is not going to make a change, an actual change. You understand? You hoping in Christ that Christ gonna come back where you're sucking on pork, where you're sucking on some blood. You understand? You're doing something the Lord say not to do. Where?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3, and it said, the ox knoweth its owner.
You understand? The Bible telling you an ox. Somebody call you an ox, brother. You know what I mean? You're ready to fight because you know you're trying to tell you you're dumb.
Right.
You're slow. Read on.
And the ass is master's crib.
The two of the most dumbest animal on the planet. They know the master. They know where they come from. You drop an ox off, you take an ox, take him miles away from his home, where you had him, drop him off, and head back. He's going to find his way back there. He'll sniff his way and find his way back there. An ass too, a donkey, will find his way back home because he knows his master. Read on.
But Israel doth not know, my people does not consider.
But black, Hispanics and Native Indians, First Nation people, we don't know.
Right.
We don't even consider it. You go tell a black man, like the brother who come on there and saying he's Yahuda. You trying to tell him, don't speak that Yiddish. That's not our language. You understand? You try to tell another brother, yo, you're Israelite. He gonna say, no, I'm not. I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Christian. You understand? Come on.
Somebody in the comments said, I was talking to my Asian co-worker. He couldn't see the verse I told him to read. It's a Songs of Solomon 1 to 5. I guess it's not Songs of Solomon 1 verse 5 where Solomon said, I am black but comely.
Yes, that's it, comely, yes.
All right,
yeah,
so brother,
yeah.
so like yeah, the brother basically try talk to him friend for convince him friend, but when we would advise you for the brother, you secure your thing before you try convince somebody else. Get inside this school. You know what I mean? Join the work that we are doing right now. You know what I mean? Come in all black. You know what I mean? Get your Hebrew name. And then now it will be time for you to teach. You know what I mean? After you become an officer. You understand?
That's it.
So don't worry about convincing people that Solomon was black and Jesus was black. No. Just know you convinced, and you being convinced, you know have to join the body of Christ. You know what I mean? You need
Yeah,
to make the step, because nobody now go follow you if you don't willing to make the step. You understand, brother? So you just make the
yeah,
first step, and then your Asian co-worker might follow you.
yeah,
You understand? So
yeah. Now you're right. Because what brothers and sisters may not understand is brothers and sisters, majority of them, you understand, will come in by the way you live, by how
can
you live your life, how you change your life.
right, can one can.
You understand? Because they go question, hey, I know you used to do such and such, such and such. But yeah, I stopped when I learned that Christ was black. I made a change in my life.
Can one can.
And that gonna do something to them. You understand? As I say, he going to gain class. You know what I mean? And then come into school, and then you're going to be trained and being authorized to go out and teach.
Can one can.
You understand? You're going to have to do just like what me and Kayad one did. Come in class, shut them out, learn, and then we were offered the test, took the test, and now we're authorized to go out and teach black people the Bible. Teach Hispanics and First Nation people the Bible. But you're on the right path though. At least you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, can one can.
You know what I mean? At least you know, which is good. You know what I mean? And he trying to convince he partner too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All well and good at. But
That
come
was
in and
me.
do it the right way.
That was me in the world, sir. You know what I mean? I listen to the ISUPK and I try convince all of my friends them. Say, we are the Israelite and Jesus black. Nobody never give a damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until me come inside here, and then now them say it's a serious journey, So it does
That's
make
right.
this slack.
That's right. That's right. So go down and read Isaiah. Finish reading Isaiah.
Can. My slack, yeah, it said, last line, my people does not consider.
Mm-hmm.
Can.
Right? And then give me where it talks about the knowledge. You know what I mean? I think it's either lower down. You know what I mean?
Same
Where it
chapter.
talks, I believe so. You know what I mean? Or it might be somewhere else where he talks about, you know what I mean? Like he was basically saying
Because you
about
despise knowledge.
lack of knowledge. Look up that lack of knowledge.
Can.
I mean, it could be here or Ezekiel, one of them books.
OC, sir, 4 and 6. My
Yeah,
people,
that's it.
can. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
You understand? And your wholeness and all them parliament people up in there, they had degrees.
Right.
They full out had degrees. There's nothing, you know what I mean? So which means we ain't talking about that knowledge. We talking about the knowledge that black people ought to have. You understand? Like you going to church. Just imagine you going to church to learn about the Lord, and you're not learning about the Lord. And the Bible is, you claim to have it in the Christian church. You understand? Read on.
Can. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Right? Because thou has what?
Rejected knowledge.
We reject knowledge as a nation.
Right.
So the Lord say he rejects us. Now guess what? Now the King of England own your shores. Own all the beaches around your island. You own it. Because we rejected the Lord. You understand? Well, we could own it. We could definitely get it back. But we're going to have to obey what the Lord said to do. That's how we're going to get it back. Right? Any more on that?
Yeah, can.
Read on.
that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will
You understand?
also forget thy children. So,
And that's it. If we forget the laws of the Lord, you understand? We forget the laws of the Lord. We angry about the water gun law, but you ain't angry about not eating pork
right.
or eating pork. Eating all the pork in the world, eating all the shrimp and crab in the world. You ain't angry about that. We're angry about the water gun law. You understand? You want that to go away? That government that created that law has to go away. And the only way for it to go away, you are going to have to come into the Israelite school with some practical knowledge so Christ could come back and destroy all these governments that oppress the people.
That's right.
They know how to do it. Or else they're going to create more laws to oppress us. More laws to try and squeeze money out of us. They are going to do it. All right, any more?
Yeah, sir, that was it.
You know what I mean? Anything else?
I think this is a good note to finish the show on, you know what I mean? Just to
Yeah,
say
man.
to everybody, you know what I mean? Get inside this school, you know what I mean? Pay your tithes, you know, I think already. We keep classes every Sunday 3 p.m. here in Jamaica, Wednesdays 7 p.m. You know what I mean? So just tune in, as well as we teach classes every day throughout the schools, you know what I mean, that we have in the ISU PK. You understand?
And also too, before you close out, man, you know what I mean, give yourself and Abadan a hand for going on the station, man.
Can.
You know what I mean? And repping, you know what I mean, and bigging up the school. You know what I mean? We have more of that to come too. You know what I mean? You're doing a hell of a job across there. You know what I mean? Get ready. Get ready. Jamaicans, you know what I mean, ready for it. Because the government that have don't love them and don't care about them. But I know Abadawan and yourself, you all love your people. Are willing to make the sacrifice for your people. You're willing to feed your people, willing to teach your people the Bible. You understand? You ain't, you know what I mean, trying to, you know what I mean, you're not working for the British Empire. You're working for the Most High Power under command of Joanna. You understand? And you know what I mean, you all love your people. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean, again, good job, you know what I mean? And don't forget, you know what I mean, October 25th, you know what I mean, Abadawan and Kia gonna be feeding, you know what I mean, our people. Get them the location and the time.
You know what I mean? So we have a food drive, you know what I mean, and a lecture that's going to be held in 9 Mile Bull Bay, you know what I mean? Green Taylor's Land, at the St. Tekel Almanat Basic School, you understand? So we'll have a lecture and a food drive. So, you know what I mean? Come through if you're in the vicinity, come get some food. We'll be handing out food free of cost. You understand? So come through, man, and get fed spiritually and both spiritually and physically. You understand?
That's right. And tell them the name of the lecture too. So they're gonna come.
Yeah, the topic will be who are the real children of Israel and why is it important for you to know? You know what I mean?
That's right.
Come through and get some knowledge, you know what I mean, as to who you are, you know what I mean, and what you should be doing in this time. You understand?
That's right. That's right. You know what I mean? Good to go on that. That's right. That's it right there.
And with that, follow, share, like, subscribe, depending on the platform watching on. This is the Breakdown podcast where we break down the strongholds holding back the children of Israel here in the Caribbean, North, Central, and South America. And with that, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, yeah. One West. Mm-hmm. Yeah, easy. I'm sorry. Me need a break. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We work hard in a life, hustle every day and all in a night. Man a hunt for the goal and a dig it in a road and all live no life. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now me a seek time for myself and we a shell down some party. Me stress, me a look for a recess. For me brain me a refresh. This a game me a reset. Move to the girl inna the beach dress. The body a roll a she a the neatest. She nah no man, nah that a the weakness. So me the in her ears but not like a real pest. Nah, just a move with a vibe. Because we a pour the mood is alive. If you do 9 to 5 I know you a get rich, you do realize. I'm sorry, me need a break, I'm sorry. Right now we are poor kulu kulu rump and Tennessee we compare. That is it. Move to that girl, let the body tick. What is it? You know see me attack loud the politics. Watch it twist, no one seen a chick flick, no nomadic click. No negative energy a positive. One way I keep the peace and no magic trick. We are dance till in icon. We are groove, we are vibe. I no care, no fear right off. Make it home with your life. Me say, me no want see you leave yet. Me no want see you depressed. We are party for the stress. We work hard in our life. Hustle every day and all in a night.